Hey, what is up everyone? Danny and Alex once again. We're gonna finalize our Vale Tudo video series, guys. This is the 5th video that we've done, and today we're gonna talk about the kicks. Okay, so I'm gonna cover the basic kicks for Vale Tudo. Mind you, there's so many kicks we can do, but hey, I'm gonna share my personal thoughts is I would always recommend you use the most efficient kicks for you, okay? Now for me, when I used to do MMA when I was younger and I used to train the basic kicks, there were 2 in particular that I used to always focus on. And the first one was the front kick, not the push kick, but the front kick from the back leg. Okay, so what I did was raise the knee up here. And we're aiming for the stomach. So as you raise your knee up, you're gonna fully extend your foot right to the solar plexus, right here. Sometimes at the hip as well, okay, to bend the partner forward. But the difference between a push kick where I just push the opponent versus here I'm slamming my foot in like a punch is the push kick doesn't hurt. It creates distance, puts the partner off balance or the opponent off balance. But the front kick, in my opinion, is the one that makes more damage because it really penetrates a lot of power into the opponent's abdomen, and sometimes it will take the wind right out of them, right? So it takes a lot of, drains the gas tank, as we say, all right? So now Alex is gonna throw a few front kicks right to my stomach. Go ahead, Alex. Bam. 2 more. Bam. A little bit harder. Go ahead. Oy. See, the front kick is a very powerful tool, but you have to know how to do it correctly. Number 1 means curling your toes. So do this. That's the ball of your foot you're hitting with, and that's where you want to strike. You want to use that part of your foot when you strike into the opponent's body. Now, sometimes we can always raise a little bit higher, maybe at the face, but it's more risky, right? So the one where you hit the abdomen, number 1, it's a good return on your investment because number 1, it's low risk for you, and number 2, it cuts the wind out of the opponent if you land it correctly, all right? So in solo, all he's going to do is just throw a few reps, front kick. All right, so you just extend with the ball of the foot and you always visualize your target. And now bring your stance back into position right after the kick. Very good, Alex. So that is the first technique for this video. Next up, guys, keeping it simple, I would always recommend in a real fight, Vale Tudo style, to kick to the legs. Always the low kicks, all right? That's the most bang for your buck. Why is that? Because number 1, they're easier to do. They're low risk if you're fighting outside. It's in the winter. The chances of you slipping on your back because you have a slippery spot on ice or something is way less from a low kick than a high kick, for example. Now, the low kick in itself, we're gonna attack the lead leg, the outside of his lead leg, all right? So we're gonna use the right low kick as such. We're gonna slam the top of our shin bone right into the opponent's leg. So Alex does 1, and that's how he slams this. Now, there's a couple of details we want to look at is slamming the shin onto the quadricep is number 1, but number 2 is always leaning away from a possible strike or grab, okay? So if he's fighting me and he wants to kick the leg, he doesn't want to lean forward into the kick where I can grab him or even strike him as he's entering that kick. So he wants to lean away from any possibility of getting me grabbing his neck, grabbing his shirt, or even punching him at the same time, right? So as he kicks, notice how he's a little bit away from the punch and it's hard for me to grab him. I might try to reach to grab him, but the force of his shin into my quadricep is gonna stop that, right? So how we practice this in solo, what we like to do, just like we do in Muay Thai, is turn. Sometimes we turn half and sometimes we turn full. Today for this video, I'm gonna show you guys how to turn full, all right? Do a few, Alex. Boom. Always come back to your stance, visualize, and you're hitting right into the quadricep. And the right low kick is a very devastating weapon to have for Vale Tudo. All right, last kick we're gonna talk about is the low kick once again, but this time we're gonna step to the side and attack the left kick on the outside of the back leg, okay? This is borrowed from Muay Thai, and it's very efficient. Most kicks we do are from Muay Thai because that's what I do. And using mixed martial arts, basically you're just mixing your martial arts. Everyone's MMA style might be slightly different than others. People might have a karate background, might have a boxing background, wrestling background, or whatnot, but we do a lot of Muay Thai. So a lot of kicking techniques we're going to use, knees and elbows, are coming from the Muay Thai program. So just like we did on the previous kick, now what Alex is going to do is step to the side and now attack the back leg here. So this is a very devastating kick for one, because when you have an opponent who's untrained, he doesn't know what you're doing when you're moving to the side. So when he sidesteps, there's that 1 second where my brain is thinking, what is he doing? Where is he going? And then that kick slams right to the back leg. Now, why the back leg? Simply because it's very hard to check that kick, right? If Alex were to check, or I should say if I was to check his kick, if he kicks on the inside here, it's easy for me to catch that, right? If I'm trained, for example. But now, when he kicks here, it's hard for me. If I try to check with this one, I'm gonna land short. So the back leg kick, although it's a little bit more difficult to land because it's the back leg of your opponent, you have to sidestep first. It takes a little bit of practice, but once you have that skill and become proficient on attacking the back leg, it's a much better weapon to use simply because it's a harder kick to block, all right? So obviously when you visualize this solo, Alex is gonna chew a few of those kicks in the air. Notice how that side step happens just before the lead kick, right? You step to your side and then you slam the shin bone onto the back of the opponent's leg. Now go through, spin. One more. Beautiful. And that is the third kick for this tutorial. So there you have it, guys. This concludes this video. Hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, make sure to leave a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel if you're new here. Until next time.
See you guys in the next video.
Take care.